Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to my channel. This is Yetta Pearl. So I was receiving some really great feedback on my Facebook page, and people were saying they would rather see my face. So I've decided to change that up for my whole channel here too, and having fun with that. It's a lot of fun. Enjoying being seen, I guess, right? So I have been playing around with this. Can you see in my glasses that light? Without the light, it's pretty dim and dark, and so I do feel like I need it, but I can't get it so that it doesn't reflect in my glasses. So does anybody have some tips for that? Because I would really love to make it better than that so that it's not distracting in that way. Anyway, please leave me a comment below if you have some ideas. I appreciate it. So recently I've been talking with my angels and asking them, how can I increase the subscribers on this channel? So they said, of course, talk to you. You guys are the ones who control that. So I am directly asking you to please hit the subscribe button. And when I reach 100, it's my first goal. When I reach 100, then I will do a draw and I will give away a free personal reading. Hang on, I'm noticing all these little things all of a sudden now that I'm in front of the camera. Okay, anyway, whatever, we'll try to ignore that too. So I'll do a free personal reading for one of you, and that'll be really enjoyable because then we'll get to know each other a little bit better. So that'll be great. Okay, so this is your general reading for August 9th through 15th of 2021. And because it's a general reading, just take the parts that resonate with you and leave the rest behind. Just means they're for somebody else. No worries. Okay, let's have a look here. Oh, this looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks really good, actually. So it feels like near the beginning of the week that there will be a moment. It doesn't feel like anything too big, but you're going to feel a little vulnerable. Something that you either have to admit that you made a mistake, or that you have to show some part of you that you normally don't show, something like that. But this is all good. Like please step into that. Your angels are saying this is really helpful for you to learn how to do this, to step into that vulnerability, to feel that it's okay to show those parts of you because you're safe. Yeah. In fact, it's almost the opposite. It's that once you do that, then people's opinions of you increase, right? So it's not oversharing. I know some of you think that that's like, I'm not going to share every darn thing that I'm thinking and, all that stuff. No, not at all. You don't have to. What it is though, like if it's something where you have to acknowledge that you made, I don't know, an incorrect remark or decision or something like that, please do just acknowledge it exactly like that. I was wrong. I see that now, and going forward, I'll know better. Really, really helps people see you in a better light. I'm seeing that mostly you're being seen in a pretty good light anyway, most of the time. But doing things like that really, really helps for other people, especially when it's authentic. I mean, don't lie about this. Don't be cocky about it, and don't be snarky, right? That does not help at all. But when you're authentic and you go, oh, I made a mistake, then I'm sorry. Really, really goes a long way. Yes. Okay, so having some compassion. So this is for the people who are kind of around you, who are struggling. Because Taurus, sometimes you think that because you're good at these things that everybody can just apply themselves and also be good at those things. It's just not always the case. Or, somebody else thinks that they are pretty good at it. It's just your opinion that maybe they're not, right? And so those things, and the things that you sometimes make mistakes about, everybody, including yourself, deserves some compassion from you. Everybody struggles some of the time, and that's just the fact, right? So when you can kind of change the perspective of how you're looking at things and how, other people's behavior, how you look at that, then it really helps you be a better person. So far, this reading is all about you on the inside and how to be better at being yourself, right? So the more love you hold for somebody or people in general, actually, it's not any one individual. Okay, no, they're correcting me. Some of the time, it's definitely one individual who's been really irritating you lately. Have some compassion for them. They're just doing their best. And even if it doesn't look like their best, doesn't matter. They're doing their best, and so are you. And have some compassion, because that's how we grow. That's how we connect with each other. Compassion and love really is what makes the world go round. I know that's a cliche kind of, but it's true. It's true. When you think about all the people around you, if you offer them judgment and hate and lack of acceptance, I guess that's judgment. But when that's what you're putting out there, the people around you then also mirror that. And so then that kind of attitude and perspective is growing. When you offer love and understanding and compassion and opportunities to just learn and do better, then that's how the world around you grows. And then they offer it to the people beyond them. And that's how it continues, and it grows and it grows. Not every person is going to be capable of that, but whatever, a lot of them will, right? Let yourself be one of them who will. Yeah. And so you're offering this to yourself as well. That whatever it is at the beginning of the week that you had to kind of offer an apology for, or that you had to acknowledge that you were wrong, give yourself some compassion too. Because you're just a human, just like the rest of us. You make mistakes too. Yeah, it's all good. And so, here it's time. Both of these are indicating. So here we have release. And look at that picture. Being in the woods. It's not quite fall time yet, but still, oh, that crisp, clear, fresh air. How beautiful does that feel? And earth magic. So kind of same idea, being in nature, being grounded, being with the earth. And so the frequency of the earth is what keeps us functioning optimally. And that's in every way, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. When we're at that frequency, then we can really blossom and really have a lot of intuition and knowledge and knowing what it is that's best for us, knowing how to move forward, knowing, like getting these downloads, right? That you just know something, even though you have no idea how you know, but you do. So all that is a lot more clear when you can be in nature. Yeah. And it fills you up. Makes it so that you don't have these little pockets of turbulence, right? Clears things that have been stuck. Like just seriously, just go out into nature and be in the woods. Rake some underbrush or something. Like if you need something to do out there, like take a tool with you and clean something up, or cut firewood, or whatever it is. But you don't have to do those things. You can just have a walk. Yeah, and connect. Hear the sounds. Smell the smells. Feel under your feet. Notice what the air is like and the breeze. And oh man, that just is so rejuvenating just to be out there and doing that. It's awesome. And that is the magic of the earth. Right, is that it fills you up, that it changes your vibration, changes your frequency to a much healthier state. So even if you've been, doing a lot of work that is not connected with nature, So you've been having maybe a lot of electronics, or you've been frustrated a lot, or you're always having to wear shoes, or you've been in a high rise, whatever it is, all those things that tend to take you away from the earth, switch that around, get yourself closer to the earth, take your shoes off, lay in the grass, hug the trees, and see how different you feel. It's called grounding. Actually, on YouTube, there are two documentaries. One is called The Grounding. I think it's called The Grounding. The other one is called Earthing. And it's fascinating what that can do for you. So if you're interested, you could have a look at those. Anyway, so now let's look. This other deck that came forward for you, I think yet again, it often does for you. So it feels like you're maybe not quite obsessed. That's not quite the right word, but you spend a lot of time and attention thinking about money. And so, valid, in our society, you do have to think about money. Money is what keeps us warm and sheltered and clothed and fed, right? But so it feels like there are some fears that you have. So perhaps the fear of being destitute, or the fear of being homeless, or just regular fears of not having as much as what you want. Sit down with yourself. Maybe when you're out there in the trees, just sit and ask yourself, what is your biggest fear regarding money? Identify it. And then look at where you truly are in relation to that fear. Like, is there actually a basis for that fear? Could you go a while without income? Like, how could you, what does your actual picture look like, right? And then look at what resources are available in your community. For if your worst fears were realized, what resources are available to you to assist you? Would you actually starve to death? Would you actually become homeless? Or are there things out there to assist you with that? Are there other people in your life who would share if you were to ask? Find out all those things, and then let your perspective go to trust instead of to fear. Right? Okay. And the blocks are lifted. So once you've done that, then anything that you've been trying to accomplish financially, the obstacles that were in the way of that are gone. It's like your fears were creating those obstacles. How does that work? It does. It works that way. So look at your fears, deal with them, be logical about them, because that's how you deal with money, is through logic. And then allow yourself to trust that you are always looked after. Ask your angels specifically to make sure that you are always looked after financially. And then they can step in. Otherwise, they sit there and they want to help, but they're helpless because you haven't asked, right? So ask them directly for what exactly it is that you want and you need. And then those obstacles will be magically lifted away. It's fascinating how that happens. And so we see here successful funding. Yeah, so what's been your latest dream, your latest manifestation, the thing that you're saving up for? Or the project that you want to start? Perhaps it's a community project. Perhaps it's bigger than just you, What is it that you've been looking for funding for? It's coming. It's on its way. So you being stressed about that keeps it further away, right? The more you trust that it's coming, you ask for it, then you trust, and then you wait. Good. There will be, sometimes the money doesn't just drop into your bank account magically without you knowing anything about it, right? Like how often has that happened to you? Probably not very often. But what this is the opportunities to line things up. It's the ideas and it's the people who can make this all happen. All that lines up. And then it's still for you to recognize them and to take advantage and to talk and to get things going, get things organized. Okay, looks very good though, doesn't it? So here we have now our daily guidance with the angels, and we'll get one last card here to offer, to see what last thing your angels want to give you for some wisdom. There it is. Oh, entrepreneur. Are you an entrepreneur? You're very good at it. Yeah. For those of you who truly are entrepreneurs, you are good at it. There is success, definitely, for you. There already has been, and it looks like a lot more coming. Like it's a big pile is what they're showing me. Whole bunch of success is what they're showing me. And you're really good at it, and you have the nature of being the entrepreneur. So they're showing me now, some of you are not, like, in the true sense of the word, you have not started your own business. You're not running your own business. But they're showing me that some of you, even though it isn't quite your business, you are running it as though it's yours. That you treat it like it is, that you're thinking forwardly on behalf of the company you work for. And that's really good. Now, there are times when there's a boss who doesn't agree with how you've done things, and you have to then kind of toe the line, or however you want to think of that. There is opportunity for negotiation. There are opportunities for you to say, this is how I've been doing things, and this is the reason why. And if I owned a company, this is how I would see it working. And that's why I'm doing this, is because I want the success of this company. And that's the whole drive behind it. I'm not trying to be better than anybody. I'm not trying to be right all the time. I'm just trying to make things better and work well with what we need it to do. We need it to do this and this and this for us. So far, like with the other way, it wasn't doing that. So I tweaked it, I turned it around, I changed it. This is what I've been doing. And now in my world, it's doing everything that I think we need it to do. Right? So that's really great. And that's whether you are an actual entrepreneur or not. It's the entrepreneurial spirit and ideas and forward thinking and initiative. Right? So that's awesome. You guys are great. Okay, hey Taurus, can you assist me? Let's send a whole bunch of your good fortune. You get to still keep it, but energetically, let's send it out to the world. All that Midas touch that you seem to have often, all that good fortune, all the love, all the compassion, all the freshness. Let's send it to the whole world. Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Taurus, thank you so much for joining me. I want you to know that I love you and I appreciate you, and I will see you next week.